Hello, welcome back to my video tutorial. This is my video tutorial which is talking about CentOS server administration. Today what we are going to talk about is about user management. When you first starting using a fresh Linux server, adding and removing user is one of the most basic tasks that you should know how to do. For your fresh server, you probably have only root account by default. Since this user will give you a lot of power and flexibility, it is also dangerous to actually use an account with a much power. For example, a root user is more vulnerable to security exploit, since any command run under that account can affect the server in an entire file. It is almost always a better idea to add an additional unprivileged user to do command tasks. You should also create an additional account for any other user that need access to your server. Each user should have an additional account so that their activity can be monitored and managed. You can still acquire administrator privilege when you need it through a mechanism called sudo. So in this guideline we show you some introduction and adding user to your server. So let's begin now with the first command in adding user. To adding user, you just type command add user and username. Let's practice in my real server. Add user Lenin. I want add user Soviet. Add user Rotha. So you see now in this video tutorial I'm going to add 3 users into this server. But remember this, after you already implement this command to add the user into your server, it's not complete yet. You need to enable password for each and every user so that you can log into this user. So let's begin with another command. It's called passwd and the user, and it will require you to type the password. And one more is Soviet. Okay, successful. One more is Rotha. So my creating a user was successfully. So now let's begin. You can test it by press su and put the username that you want to log in, like Lenin, and now you are in Lenin user. This is here. You can see this is the username and this is the name of our server. So let's begin to su Soviet 1 2 3 4 5 6 and then su Rotha. Done. Correct. Now we can su root. So now you can log into the root user, but by default this is just a user. All this user go up again. All this user is only by default. We want to add this user to admin administrator group, which is allow this user to use more command which is in the administrative group and power. Go back to our lab again. So granting the sudo privilege to a user, we use gpass-a and username val. So what is val? Val is a group that is assigned by default from our server, and the privilege is as an administrator. So I will give you a more further explanation with the last step. So just implement this by implement this command. I just copy this one, and let's begin to put the username here. First username is Lenin. Okay, adding user Lenin to group val, then Soviet. Okay, one more is Rota. So I'm done with applies this, but we need to verify how can we know that all the 3 users that we added up a while ago is already in the group. So it's go to our managing end user sudo privilege. We can implement this command to see how is our user add a while ago. So just provide led and task G. Well, so you can see that this is the user have been assigned to a group file as an administrator. So let's go another step. Deleting user. After creating, and if you feel that I need to remove this one user, then I think that we will not use it, or maybe this stuff is already stopped working, then we wanna remove this user from our server. We just use another command, is called userdel and username. But this command is only delete the user, and the home folder is still stored in the server. It means something like this: we will delete this user, and another home folder that store the information of that user is still remain stored in our server. But if you want to delete it all with both a user and the home user, you can use another command is here, userdel-r, and puts the username. So I will delete it all. Just press userdel-r rota. Okay, user rota is currently used by process. Okay, because we already we used it a while ago, we haven't logged it out yet. So use rota, then let's log out. Okay, root, then let's delete it again. Okay, we cannot delete this yet because we used a while ago. So let's add another group. User Saturn. Okay, and cat as etc wd. So let's see, this is the bus profile that we can find. This is user Saturn. So let's try to delete user Saturn, whether we can delete it or not. User there Saturn, that's okay, and then let's check in our file again. It's no more stored in here. So the problem that we cannot log into delete to our user a while ago, because we need to log out. Maybe we need to reboot our server first so that we can delete this one. So Let's begin to another step, which is make user be only who can switch to the root administrator. So I will show you again here. I'm going to add another user, which is user Sotha, and I will assign it give the password. So by default this user is the user group, it's not administrator group. So but this user still can switch to root. So Sotha, then we are in Sotha user and we still can go to root as long as we know the password of root user. So in this step what we're going to do is we not allow the user who not in the admin privilege to access to the root user. So that all the user is only the user who have has a proper privilege that can access to our root server, because it's so dangerous if we don't take care of all these things. So let's begin by login. I am in the root user now. So let's check with the vi etc. I edit one file pamd and su. So what you need to do is you need to uncomment this. So by press insert I to insert, edit it and save. Let's save it. Okay, let's try to show you now. Once again check I forget when we were -g to show you this is the 3 user that we're going to that we already added as an administrator group, which is the all this user can access to root server, can switch to root. And this user just create a while ago, we not allow this user to switch to root. So let's try to the first user first, then in, and let's do root, switch to root user, no problem, this one can access and switch to root. So let's try to user Sotha, and let's try to access to root. Okay, permission denied, we cannot access. So I can show you now with this clear 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is my password. Let's copy and su root permission denied. So let's make another session. As Lenin, just wait for a while. Even you switch to user Lenin, you will not able to log into this server because this user, because it's separate group. It's only administrative group who have the permission to log into our server. So let's see from here. When you log in as a user who are admin, you can switch to root with the same password. See, this is the most important that you need to think and to recheck in your server, and this is the most important with our section with the user management. Thank you so much for your watching this video. Hope you enjoy and learning from this video. Please have to subscribe for getting more another update in our video tutorial. See you in another next video.